Hello, my name is Lakion, and this is my perspective. This is a story about a man who lost everything, not in the sense of material possessions, but in identity. It's the story of a man who had no character. He went through what some might call an ego death. And in losing his ego, he lost the person he thought he was. But from this loss, something extraordinary began to grow. It started a few years ago, during a time when his world was unraveling. He built his life on beliefs he thought were truth. Those beliefs shaped his identity, guided his decisions, and dictated his relationships. But those beliefs were illusions, fragile constructs of fear, pride, and self-deception. When he finally faced his truth, it felt like the ground beneath him disappeared. He called this experience his awakening. It wasn't peaceful or gentle. It was raw, disorienting, and deeply painful. To rebuild himself, he had to confront and slay his demons. But in facing those demons, he realized they were intrinsically tied to something larger, his ego. Slaying his ego was the hardest thing he had ever done. It wasn't just about letting go of his pride. It was about dismantling every foundation of who he thought he was. And in doing so, he destroyed more than his ego. He also destroyed his character. For more than 40 years, his character had been entwined with this ego, built on fear and insecurity. When it crumbled, he was left with nothing but questions. Who was he now? What kind of man did he want to be? He began to rebuild from the ground up. First, he asked himself a simple but profound question. What makes a man? What makes a man good, honorable, and worthy of the roles he plays in his life? He started by listing the values he believed a man should embody. A man supports his family. A man respects his partner. A man leads with love and integrity. These principles became the framework of his new character. But as he looked for examples of those ideals in his own life, he was met with a harsh reality. The men around him were consumed by their own struggles, their own flaws. It was clear he'd have to forge his own path without a guide. Despite the lack of role models, he didn't give up. He committed to becoming a man that his younger self could have looked up to. The transformation was not easy, especially on his relationship with his wife. She had fallen in love with the man he had used to be, and now he was becoming someone entirely different, more vulnerable, more open. At first, she didn't know how to respond, but slowly they began a journey to grow together, rediscovering a love that would be stronger and more authentic than before. This is a story of a man who is rising from the ashes of his old self, a man who is rebuilding a new character. His journey is not over, but he's living proof that no matter how far you've fallen, you can rise again. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that this story inspires you to rise above, drop your baggage, and live your dreams. If you would like to help me spread love, make sure to visit and follow my Lakion Facebook page. And if you just want to tell me your thoughts, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you think. Until next time, live life and spread love.